Sup guys, this is part 6 to what if Naruto fused with the Nine Tails. If you haven't noticed, I've been posting every day. So trying to keep up the posting. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this for long. That's why I'm just trying to finish this series so you know I can take a little break and all that. Because I know I haven't posted. Like when I did start posting, I hadn't posted in like a very long time. So yeah, because I remember like my first video was at like 1 month ago. So yeah. So yeah. Um. Yeah. Just get right back into the video, and it's your boy Flex. Let's get into the video. We left off with Tsunade and Jiraiya rushing towards Naruto because he is fighting Itachi, but we're gonna go and switch perspectives back to Naruto and Itachi's fight. Right now, they're just doing some simple hand-to-hand combat. Naruto is in his five tails cloak, just because right after we left, while they were fighting, he changed into it because he knows that the Sharingan gives you visual prowess. And I'm just gonna say the Mangekyo does too, just a little better than the third Tomoe Sharingan, but not that better because yeah, because it is his eternal Mangekyo. So I'm gonna say the eternal Mangekyo gives you visual prowess. So yeah, all right. So let's get back into the fight. Right now, they're just throwing hands. Itachi's kind of getting bored of this, so he makes a giant fireball and it's flying towards Naruto right now. Naruto immediately dodges it. He flashes through hand signs and says lightning style, lightning dragon. I don't and a lightning dragon comes tumbling down on Itachi because he used the cover of the fireball to flash through hand signs. So that was, a good way to do it. So yeah, the lightning dragon got smashed onto Itachi, and Itachi literally he didn't get as wounded, but he got pretty wounded from that attack. So yeah. And then, so Itachi tried to cast a genjutsu on him, but Naruto was still looking at Itachi's feet. When after he did the lightning dragon, Itachi flashed through hand signs and did he said fire style phoenix fireball jutsu, and 3 giant fireballs blasted at Naruto. Just because Itachi's a badass, so he can do that. Yeah. Flash to Naruto, and Naruto didn't have time to block it, so he did a giant Rasengan barrage with with about like 6 Narutos on the ready. So they barraged against them, and Itachi won that because Naruto was blown back just from the sheer force of those 3 fireballs, because Itachi is going full power. Then right before Naruto kind of recover, Itachi quickly flashed through hand signs and said, "Fire style, fire dragon jutsu," and 2 big fire dragons blasted towards Naruto. And right as they were about to hit him, Gamabunta appeared right on top of those 2 dragon fireballs, just appeared right on top, and on top of it was standing the Toad Sage and Tsunade. So yeah, and so what's going through Itachi's head is, I know I'm a Hokage level fighter, but I don't want to fight 3 Hokage level fighters, because Naruto speaking is basically a Hokage level fighter. He's barely holding his own against Itachi. So yeah, but he's gonna get stronger in the future, don't worry. So he basically is thinking of retreating, and he was like, nah, I'm gonna test my luck. He killed my partner, so an eye for an eye. He's trying to right now get Naruto and get back to the base, because if he comes back empty-handed, Obito is gonna be pretty mad. So yeah, Um, yeah. So he starts flashing through more hand signs, and he decides to do lightning style lightning dragon jutsu. And again, two big lightning dragons. I'm saying two just because I'm making him powered up, because I don't want Naruto to be that, powerful to where he can take on Itachi, because he was already badass before. But with a sickness and an eternal Mangekyo, people can do a lot. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna say he can do two of those. So they're flashing down on Tsunade and Jiraiya, and they weren't prepared for this because they were just standing there looking cool, trying to do their cool somning entrances. Basically, when that popping is happening, like, and it's just sizing them up. There's just two big lightning dragons coming after them. He's he's like, come on, that's rude. And he was like, I don't think we can dodge these, Tsunade. And Gamabuta says, don't worry, I'll cut him in half. So all of a sudden, Naruto appears in front of them and just punches both of them. And he is in his seven tail cloak. So he has seven tails sprouted and punches both of them and just disables them from the sheer force of that. He pounces towards Itachi, but Itachi is barely keeping up with Naruto's speed right now. And Naruto's barely keeping the seven tail cloak on because it's kind of hard to control it because so much power surging through his, body. He's I think I said he's 15. Yeah, he's 15 or 16, 15 or 16, somewhere between that age. So I'm just going to say 15 and a half. Doesn't really matter right now, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because his body is not fully matured. So it's kind of hard for his body to keep up with this kind of power. Like, he can control it, but it's hard for his body to. Kind of like the eight gates. It's not going to kill him or anything, but it will tire him out at the end. Like, it'll tire him out for using so much power and chakra at once. So yeah, he's basically blasting towards Itachi. He knows this won't last forever. He can only go five tails and last a long time. So yeah. So he's basically scrapping out with Itachi, and now they're both hand to hand, kind of. But Naruto is winning the brawl. Like, every once in a while, he'll get like three or four clean hits on either Itachi's gut or stomach. I mean, gut or face. And Itachi, every once in a while, gets a hit on Naruto. I mean, not like a major hit like Naruto's getting, but Itachi's getting pretty blown back. So he knows he needs to do the Amaterasu, or he's going to probably get overpowered because he can't keep up this speed for a long time. So he goes back and, his eye starts bleeding, and he does the Amaterasu flames on Naruto right now. And yes, some comes on Naruto's arm, so he has to cut it off. He has to cut his arm off, and just because of Naruto's insane regeneration, because Naruto is an Uzumaki fused with the Nine Tails beast, who's pure chakra in his body, and he's already a Uzumaki. So yeah, his arm just comes right back. And Itachi's kind of grossed out by this, but again, he's seen the plant man do it. Like, I'm referring to, of course, Zetsu, Black Zetsu. Yeah, but yeah. So right now he's like, dang it, so the Matarasu flames are only good if I get his head and kill him. And right now, Naruto's thinking of a plan, and he decides he's gonna Biju Bomb because he needs to end this quick because he cannot keep the Seven Tail State up. So he starts a Biju Bomb until Itachi's not dealing with this. So Itachi, before he can finish the Biju Bomb, when he swallows it, Itachi goes for a kick, and basically, Gamabunta basically kicks him away. Just because I'm gonna say he can do that. Of course he can. Actually, he's just gonna slap him away with his hand. He's like, dang it, so I can't get to him. So he jumps as high as he can in the air, right when Naruto does the Biju Bomb right where he was. And it does a severe amount of damage. That's what I'm gonna say. But it does a severe amount of damage, and I'm gonna say Itachi's coughing up a lot of blood right now, not from the disease, because he doesn't have the disease anymore. Remember, if you didn't watch the other video, go go see it. But yeah, he doesn't have the disease anymore. So yeah. Um, um, but he is on the ground panting really hard because he has to jump. He has to jump really high up just to avoid the Biju bomb. But the sheer force of it really hurt him. Like it really severely hurt him, and he knows if that hit him, he would have died. Naruto's cloak disappears back onto the Four Tails just because I'm gonna say it. But Naruto was already charging up the Rasengan, and he hits Itachi with a quick Rasengan in the back. Yeah, it was a shadow clone, but yeah, he hits him with a Rasengan in the back. The shadow clone is still, remember, in the covered in the four tail cloak. So yeah, and right now, that shadow clone just placed the flying Raijin marker on his back. I said Naruto had that, and Naruto zooms over and is just about to punch the crap out of Itachi when he gets slapped because yeah, he gets slapped back by Itachi, and Itachi pretty well kicks him pretty well, and Itachi knows now that he probably has to get out of here if he wants to survive this and let his brother kill him because he's gonna do that. Yeah. So yeah, he slaps him back, and Itachi I mean, Naruto goes flying into a tree because yeah, Four Tails is not enough to fight a Hokage level fighter. Just gonna tell you that right now. Like Itachi is pretty powerful. Like he's above Hokage level at least with all his stuff gone, his major stuff gone. But yeah. So Naruto is flying back into a tree, and he's basically thinking, how am I gonna handle this? So he combines Sage mode with his Fort Tail Cloak, which gives him a major boost, and and then he charges up a big. So he creates about 1,000 shadow clones who jump into the air simultaneously to him, and he's getting ready to do the Uzumaki barrage on him, and right before all these big Rasengans hit him, the giant Rasengans hit him, he activates his Susanoo and cuts through all of them, and I mean all of them. When he activates his Susanoo, Tsunade and Jiraiya know they need to react, so Gamabutsu tries to cut the Susanoo, which does not work. But Gamabutsu's sword does get cut in half by the Susanoo blade that Itachi wielded. So Itachi cuts Gamabutsu and his sword, and Gamabutsu is pretty in pain for that because that cut was hard, and even like it's been hard, and he was like, "All right, this is gonna be a real problem." So Tsunade summons her little I forgot what it was, like a slug, the slug. Yeah, because she's called the slug princess. All right, but summons her one and summons the giant slug, which goes to heal Gamabunta. But before he can, the Itachi's blade comes down on the slug. So Tsunade has to deactivate the summoning, so her summon doesn't get hurt bad like Gamabunta. So Gamabuta's sword connects with the Itachi's Susanoo, while Naruto is recovering from that because the Susanoo blade did catch him and hurt him, so he's reacting to that. He's still in Sage mode, so it's easy, but he does still have the flying Raijin marker on his back, but now it's on the back of the Susanoo, so he has to figure out a way to crack or break the Susanoo. So he goes full power, tries to go to Nine Tails just because he needs to do a huge Rasengan and throw it at him, but he only gets to set like 6 tails because he used the 7 tails. And remember, he has on 4 tails, and he was like, this is not big enough a power boost, but I have to try it. But so he uses, instead of the giant Rasengan, he uses the wind Rasengan, which it would be like the Rasen Shuriken. Yep. And he throws about 3 of them because he created shadow clones, and he throws 3 of them. So Rasen Shuriken barrage, you could say, and it all hits the Susanoo, who is unguarded. His back isn't at least, because his and Gamabunta's sword connect. I know I said Gamabunta's sword broke, but it's like it's not enough to where like he can't block something from hitting him. But that sword part does get cut off more. But right before he was about to cut Gamabunta and possibly kill the summon, he 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 got Rasen Shuriken barraged in his back, which did crack the Susanoo just because Naruto was in Seven Tails, combined it with Sage Chakra. So, yeah, Told Sage Chakra, that's a hell of a lot of a upgrade boost. And yeah, so, yeah, once it does, that cracks the Susanoo, which severely injures, like that takes down Itachi's chakra significantly. He does have Hokage above Hokage level chakra reserves, but not enough to where that much. So let's just drop down to Jonin level chakra reserves, because he that's a significant drop though. So yeah. And Naruto's pretty happy about that he cracked the Susanoo. So Itachi basically has to pour more chakra into the Susanoo for the crack to disappear. But before he could, Naruto slashes at it with he punches it with full power, Seven Tails, and he's trying to basically crack it more. And the crack does spread a little bit, so he jumps off of him right before he's about to be cut by the Susanoo blade. And Itachi, basically the ring that they use to connect, he basically says like, I need help, I'm being attacked by Naruto. But right now everybody's on mission, so they can't really help him because they're on missions to get the tail beast just like them with their partner. So they can't really help them, except probably like Pain or something. So Pain, he's really thinking about if he should help him or he should see how it goes. But for Itachi to say he needs help, like, come on, no. Pain already knows this Naruto, the nine-tailed fox, is basically, he doesn't know he fused with the nine-tailed fox. That's why Naruto's so powerful, but he thinks, he's using the nine-tailed fox's power when it's basically his own. Like, Naruto's chakra is red. It is the nine-tails chakra. So, yeah. So when the Susanoo cracks, he charges up a Buju bomb, and he's trying to run towards Naruto before he cuts it down, but by then it's already too late, and the Buju bomb is blasted at Itachi, and it nearly kills Itachi. Nearly kills him. So yeah. And yeah, the Susanoo is completely pieces shattered, and Naruto is panting hard, like very hard, like he can barely breathe just because he used so much power. Yeah, he can barely breathe, and he's on the ground panting, and his seventh tail cloak disappeared. So yeah, he doesn't have that anymore. And so, but Itachi is nearly dead. And he says, and Pain decides to know, I'm not gonna come because I need to see how powerful Naruto is. So so he basically retreats while everybody is panting because Gamabunta had to dispel because he had that huge cut and he needed to go heal. Yeah, just from Jirai using so much power to get there really quickly and summon Gamabunta and all that, and plus he was already drunk with that lady and all that, so they're pretty panty. They're panting hard because they did help to fight Itachi, not as much as they wanted, but they did. But Itachi is not dead. No, I'm not gonna kill him in that fight because it wouldn't make sense. Sasuke's revenge wouldn't make sense, and he would just probably try to get it on Naruto. So no. That is going to be the end of the video. So like, comment, and subscribe. It's been Flex.